Black History Month in Canada is thanks to the Honourable Jean Augustine.
Jean Augustine was a trailblazing politician and social activist. She was elected the first Black female member of Parliament and was appointed the first Black woman in cabinet. Jean's legacy included the Federal Declaration of February as Black History Month, a motion she introduced in 1995.
Jean Augustine was a qualified teacher when she moved to Canada from the Caribbean. After completing a Master of Education degree, Jean became a school principal and supported many social causes through her involvement in various boards, also serving as the President of Congress of Black Women of Canada.
Jean Augustine was nominated as the Liberal candidate for the Etobicoke Lakeshore District in Ontario on the 25th of October, 1993. An enthusiastic, intelligent, and charismatic woman, Augustine won the seat and became the first Black woman elected to the House of Commons. As a new member of Parliament, Augustine tackled issues that were important to her riding, to women, and to Canadians. Appointed Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister of Canada in 1993 to 1996, she was Prime Minister Jean Chrétien's trusted voice on the committee.
In the mid-1990s, Jean Augustine played a crucial role in establishing Black History Month in Canada. Though individual communities had held celebrations, none existed federally. In 1979, the Ontario Black History Society made significant headway when it convinced the City of Toronto to formally declare February as Black History Month. In 1993, the Society successfully petitioned the Ontario government to declare a province-wide celebration. Motivated by this victory, they approached Augustine about extending Black History Month across the nation. Augustine enthusiastically supported the idea.
Motion passed unanimously in December 1995, and thus February was proclaimed as Black History Month in Canada.
Hello Xavier, my name is Andrew.
And I'm Mara.
And we are your
co-presidents of Jose Xavier.
Black History Month provides us with the opportunity to remind us that racial disparities within our community is still evident, especially in the healthcare industry.
We believe that health equity is extremely important and that everyone, regardless of race, should have access to optimal healthcare.
Racism has real effects on our healthcare system, as Black people are less likely to receive inexpensive and proven therapies for treatment, and as well as are 41 to 73% less likely than their white counterparts to receive particular drug agents for diseases like HIV and AIDS.
In response to these disparities, Jose Xavier will be donating a portion of our proceeds from the Medical Pathway Conference that we are hosting to the Black Health Alliance.
On our Jose Instagram, at Jose Xavier, we want to showcase Black excellence at its finest, especially in the healthcare industry. Showcasing people like Dr. Patricia Arabath and William Augustus Hinton. We recommend you to check out our Instagram to see these influential individuals and what they have contributed in the field of medicine. Remember, Xavier, that Black History Month is not only for the month of February, but it's something that we should remember every day, of every month, of every year. So take care, Xavier, and have a great day.
Hello everyone. On behalf of FBLA Xavier, I'd like to take a moment to celebrate the brilliance of David Stewart and the resilience demonstrated by his story. Mr. Stewart grew up in Clinton, Missouri, going to a school where desegregation was only taking place in 1957. The town was slow to the process of desegregation, and his ex-military father would often stay up at night to make sure his family was safe during this racially tensioned era. In 1976, Stewart accepted a marketing and sales position at the Missouri Pacific Railroad Company, becoming the first African American to be in this position. He continued to work and grow his stake in the technology industry, which led him to founding Worldwide Technology in 1990, a company that is worth over $11 billion today. Mr. Stewart is an active citizen and philanthropist, regularly donating to a variety of charities and NPOs, and his drive is truly inspiring.
Hi, my name is Adam, and I'm an executive from Common Sense Xavier. Our club focuses on teaching students about business, finance, and the stock market. For Black History Month, our club decided to research about a man named Roger W. Ferguson Jr. Roger was born and raised in Washington, D.C., and he attended Harvard as well as Pembroke College and Cambridge University. He studied both law and business. He wrote a book about his business career called International Financial Stability. In 2008, Roger served as the economic advisor for President Obama until the year 2012. He is currently the CEO of a company called TIAA, which is an insurance company for teachers based in the United States. This March, he will be stepping down after 12 long years as the CEO. Roger is a successful black male in the business world, and he's an inspiration to many.
Hey there, my name is Anmar from Model Parliament. Now, to commemorate Black History Month, let us celebrate and honor one of the most prominent figures in the fight for racial equality in Canada, and that is Lincoln Alexander. Now, Lincoln served as the first black member of parliament from 1968 to 1980, the first federal cabinet minister, and the 24th lieutenant governor of Ontario from 1985 to 1991. Lincoln Alexander was born in Toronto on January 21st, 1922, to Jamaican immigrants. Throughout his life, Lincoln was a subject to many hateful comments, but he never let that get in the way of his goal of helping create a more equitable society for all Canadians. His dream of an equal society would eventually guide Lincoln to become the first black member of federal parliament for the riding of Hamilton West on June 25th, 1968.
As a member of Parliament and later Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, Mr. Alexander helped to table and pass a multitude of anti-hate legislation, which helped to greatly accelerate civil rights for all marginalized communities in Canada. After a greatly impactful life in Canadian politics, Lincoln Alexander died on October 19, 2012. To honor his great legacy, January 21st is now celebrated as Lincoln Alexander Day all across Canada. As Lincoln Alexander once famously said, "It is not your duty to be average, it is your duty to set a higher example for others to follow." So this Black History Month, let us all follow the example of Lincoln Alexander in order to create a more just and equitable society.
Imagine holding each other's hands in unity. Imagine the world being a loving community. Imagine being able to walk in the night and put your hood on. Imagine not having to see an RIP with your face drawn. Imagine being able to walk past someone without them holding their bag tighter. Imagine the world being happier and brighter. Imagine you're with your diverse group of friends, drinking lemonade in the shade. Imagine living your life, thinking about your future, and not having to be afraid. I wait for that day. I wait and I pray that we will learn to love each other, that we will love our sisters and our brothers, that we will stop living in fear, that our futures will finally be clear, that you will love me the way that I love you, that we will be together and that we will make it through. Just imagine, and maybe it will come true.
Here at Girl Up with X, we recognize Rosemary Brown, a politician, a mother, and a feminist who created opportunities for disadvantaged groups everywhere.
Rosemary was elected to the provincial legislature of BC in 1972, becoming the first Black woman to be the member of the parliamentary body.
She was a busy mother of three, as well as an active member for the NDP. She also studied at McGill and the University of BC after emigrating to Canada in 1951.
Her time on the Legislative Assembly was spent advocating for women's social and working conditions and better services for other disadvantaged groups. Her dedicated community service won her many honors and selection as an officer of the Order of Canada.
Rosemary Brown said to be Black and female in a society which is both racist and sexist is to be in a unique position of having nowhere else to go but up.
This is Shelter by Olive Senior, a Jamaican-Canadian poet. Growth rings inscribed inside each shell the markers of a former life. This shell, my skin, out as a life, still stretched, still lived in.
Saints in 60 Seconds. This is the story of Saint Martin de Porres. In the late 1500s, Martin was born of native and African descent and lived under Peruvian law, which meant he was prohibited from becoming a part of the religious orders. But this didn't stop Martin's religious calling. He volunteered in the convent and eventually became an almoner, someone who treats the sick. There, by the grace of God, he performed many miraculous healings, and so his superior decided to go against the law and bring him into the religious order. And of course that led Martin to face judgment, verbally insulted by the priest there. Nevertheless, he fulfilled his duty and remained prayerful. So much so that one night while praying to the Blessed Sacrament, the step of the altar he was kneeling on miraculously caught on fire, and even so, he remained praying and unaware of the situation. He continually served the sick until he died at the age of 59. Saint Martin treated and ministered others without discrimination, whether it was a Spanish noble or the slaves brought from Africa. His profound and beautiful service shed light on the unity between peoples, our collective union with God. From all of us at FX Chaplaincy, God bless.